Welcome back to Dominant Mets Nation. Boy, do we have a video chock full of information about Shohei Ohtani. We got updates, we got rumors, we got speculation, and we got overall opinions. So you're going to want to stick around, especially if you're a Met fan. But even if you're a fan of any team, a fan of Shohei Ohtani, you're going to want to hear this. First, I want to just say thank you for all the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. And as always, thank you to the old subscribers. Love the comments. Keep them coming. Much appreciated. I got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good comments. I always enjoy reading those. So please, if you want to leave a comment, drop it. I always love to read those. All right, so let's get into this video with Shohei Ohtani. And of course, we're going to start on the New York Mets. So what is going on with Shohei Ohtani? Is there any possibility of him going to the Mets? Well, according to an article by our friend James Villani, Shohei Ohtani to the New York Mets has really no realistic chance of happening. Okay, we're going to get into that. Okay, so basically this article details on Sunday morning, Bob Nightingale of the USA Today reported that the New York Mets have their eyes set on Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He added that the team is doing so because they believe they have no realistic chance in landing superstar Shohei Ohtani. Okay, this is according to Bob Nightingale. How much stock do we place in that? My opinion, not that much. Bob, in the past, what he seems to do is guess. And in the past, he guesses a lot wrong. So this article that details Bob Nightingale's opinion about how the New York Mets are going elsewhere, yes, they are probably going elsewhere. Yamamoto's a 25-year-old phenom pitcher. A guy who is not even in his prime, and he is very, very talented. So, of course, they're going to go after a pitcher like that. They have no pitchers. And even if the Mets aren't necessarily ready to win next year, Yamamoto is going to be around for 6 or 7 years, hopefully. So, that's a no-brainer. But I think Bob Nightingale's opinion means very little. Okay, let's move on. In the report, Nightingale mentions the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Angels are the favorites, while also mentioning the Chicago Cubs and the Texas Rangers. Yes, of course, Texas just won the World Series. Texas has done a good job. Why not put them in the Shohei Ohtani Sweepstakes, which I don't see them spending $500 or $600 million. They already seem like they are set. Okay, the 29-year-old Ohtani is arguably the biggest free agent the game has ever seen. Okay, that's not a surprise. Ohtani posted a 1.06 OPS as a hitter, 1.42 ERA plus as a pitcher. Okay, we'll move on into the article. And then it details this by saying it has long been said that Ohtani prefers the West Coast, and it was reported just a few days ago by John Heyman of the New York Post that Ohtani may be reluctant to live in New York. This likely is a large reasoning behind the Mets reporting unrealistic chances for the superstar. I think this article is a bit of nonsense. I really do. And I'm just going to say this right now. I want Shohei Ohtani, but I want him on one condition. I want him on the one condition that there's a high risk of him returning as a dominant pitcher as well. Because I'm looking at the value. I'm looking at the value that you're going to get a potential MVP and a potential Cy Young Award winner every single year. So if you get a guy like that, that's 2 All-Stars in one. 2 potential Hall of Famers in one player. But, you know, as I was talking with one of our good members of the channel, if he can't pitch, then it's a whole different ballgame. Then I would immediately turn to another direction. But it's the Mets. They have to be in the know. They have to explore the medical records. They have to speak to medical experts. They have to be in the know if they are going to dive into the Shohei Ohtani Sweepstakes. Okay, but this article right here, I believe is nonsense. I believe either way is nonsense. It's just a bunch of guessing games. So we're going to go into more information. And I should have said this in the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say this now. This next article, and it was supposed to be a negative toward the Mets getting Shohei Ohtani, but there's an article, and we're going to go through it right now, but it basically has an NL rival of the New York Mets, and we're gonna get into the team. And it's no surprise, Shohei Ohtani is expressing interest in going to the Atlanta Braves. What do you know? What do you know? A rival of the New York Mets. No, Shohei Ohtani doesn't want to go to the Mets. Supposedly, we don't know that, but that's just the thought process. But he wants to go to the Atlanta Braves? Yeah. Okay, so let's explore that. Let's delve into what that means and why this could be. Why would Shohei Ohtani want to go to the Braves? Okay, yes, they're a dominant team. They have a dominant young core that is very talented. Obviously, Olsen, Acuna, Albies. I mean, they just got stars going up and down the lineup. Really, I mean, it is just insane. Michael Harris is a good up-and-coming player. I just love their roster. I really do. Okay, so Shohei Ohtani, naturally, who wants to win, wants to jump into that lineup and just, does he want to cruise to a championship? Possibly, but I think in terms of it being realistic, it's not realistic. Not because of Shohei Ohtani agreeing to go there. I just don't think the Braves are in, not only I don't think they're in a position, I just don't think strategically this is a mountain they would want to climb, especially with the injury risk of Shohei Ohtani, with the elbow surgery, of him potentially not being at that high level dominant pitcher. I don't see the Braves going down there. So why would Shohei Ohtani put that out there? Why? I think that's good news for the Mets. I think that he wants the Mets to bid. I possibly think maybe he does want to go to the Mets or potentially the Phillies, because you go to a rival, you say, hey, I'm going to sign with your rival. Give me money. Pay up. The Mets, they're rumored to possibly be in the Shohei Ohtani Sweepstakes, although not according to Bob Nightingale. He thinks it's completely over, but Bob is usually wrong, so that's more of a reason to think that Shohei might be coming to New York. Okay, so that's my feeling. My feeling is Shohei Ohtani and his camp want to just drive up the price and drive up the price to the competitors. Hey, Mets, if you don't pay us $600 million, we're going to go to the Braves and make them even better. I don't think it's going to work I don't think the Braves are going to do it, and I just don't think that, I'm not sure he's genuinely interested in going there. Not to say it's a bad spot. Atlanta would be odds-on favorite to win the World Series. Okay, so now let's look at some more information about Shohei Ohtani, some more interesting things that I like to know, because there is rumors galore about Shohei Ohtani, but that's all they are right now. They are rumors, but let's look at facts. Let's try to look at facts. Okay, let's see here. Shohei Ohtani, it has come out today, 4 hours ago. All of a sudden, Shohei Ohtani, who was rumored to be just a West Coast guy, all of a sudden, he's not concerned about geography at all. What do you know? Now Shohei Ohtani's biggest concern is, and this comes from Shohei Ohtani, his quote in July, "It sucks to lose. It sucks to lose." And it is believed now that he wants to go to a team in order to win. So what does that mean? That is more evidence that the Mets' possibility, the chances are higher. But it means that the Mets have to sell him that this is a destination to win. Maybe not next year, but if Shohei signs a 6, 7, 8 year contract, it's going to be over the duration of the contract that you're going to have to show the man, sell him on a vision. So this article, a recent article that came out 4 hours ago, says that teams that have money and potential chance to win are the Braves, the Mets, the Phillies, the Red Sox, and Yankees, all figure to be in the mix for Ohtani, at least to some degree. Though, obviously, right now, the Braves and the Phillies are in the best position. They are, like, really kind of, like, there right now. It's not like the Mets where, hey, you know what? We got to thread the needle and make every right move. But it is what it is right now. It is what it is. Also, other news coming out is Shohei Ohtani may be willing to do a shorter-term contract. But he wants to make sure if he does a shorter-term contract, the average annual value is going to be crazy, ridiculously high. Now, what does that mean? That means that there will be more suitors involved. If it's going to be a shorter-term contract, and think of it in the Max Scherzer / Justin Verlander realm of contract, shorter term for older players, less risk. At the end of the day, if Shohei Ohtani, maybe he wants to prove, hey, my arm is still a Cy Young award-winning arm. So if you don't want to go $600 million, pay me $55, $60 million, and then in 2 years, when I show you I'm still a Cy Young award winner, we'll do a 6 or 7 year contract. But, like I said, more teams are going to be willing to go 2 years or 3 years. It's less risk, less years, less problems. So that I see as another good or bad thing for the Mets because you have more competition. But there has been no other team in the last couple of years that have done these short-term high AAV contracts other than the Mets. That's been their thing. Yes, the Dodgers started it a couple of years ago with Trevor Bauer, but I could definitely see Uncle Stevie saying, hey, if it's only a 2-3 year contract, give this guy $60, $70 million, especially if he believes his experts in David Stearns and that regime sign off on it. Okay, so that's basically the latest news. Let's wrap it up. The Mets Mirage article basically said, according to Bob Nightingale, Mets are out. No. I believe that is false. I believe that is one man's opinion and a man who has gotten a lot of things wrong. I apologize, but that's just been the facts. Number two, there's a rumor that the Mets rival the Braves. That's where Shohei Ohtani apparently wants to go, but I think no, that's a negotiating ploy by Shohei Ohtani and his representative to jack up the prices to wherever he wants to go. I don't believe the Braves would delve into a contract, but a crazy contract. And number three, it looks like Shohei Ohtani would be willing to go anywhere as long as he wants to win. Although that may be false as well. Maybe he's just trying to get more teams involved to get a higher contract. And the fourth point is, it seems like Shohei Ohtani would be willing to accept a shorter term contract with a higher average annual value. So that usually would put more teams involved. But that is the latest news that we have. If we have any other kind of breaking news, I'm going to try my best. I usually work during the day, but then I'll jump on here right after work. If you've made it to this far in the video, I appreciate you. Keep it up with the great comments. I love reading that. I love responding. If I don't respond right away, I will get to it. I will try my best. I thank you so much for your support. Continue to like, continue to subscribe. And with the Mets in the past, it hasn't gone well. Like I always say, it can't get any worse, but it probably will. But I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope that David Stern and this new regime, and anybody new that he hires, can carry a new focus forward, a new culture forward. Just new luck. I don't know what else to say. This playoffs and this, Texas Rangers winning the World Series kind of just tells you, the Braves getting bounced, Houston getting bounced, Phillies eventually getting bounced. It's really hard. The Dodgers getting bounced early on. It's really hard to win. It is really hard. But if you're consistent in your approach and you consistently have and develop good players, at least you put yourself in a position to be there every year. That's why I do always envy organizations like the Braves and the Dodgers, because they know how to do it. So I'm hoping that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, David Stearns, if you are building that culture, that winning culture where losing is not acceptable, we will not tolerate losing anymore. It's all going to be all about winning culture, winning players. That's what we need. And I got to say this, if David Stearns feels that we have players on the team right now that are not part of a winning culture, are not part of a winning organization, I believe get rid of them. I don't care who they are. If they do not contribute to winning, get rid of them. I cannot tell you how many teams they could be in first place all year. Even like the Mets were 2 years ago. But if they're going to crumble in the playoffs, and if they don't have the guys who can get clutch hits or the pitchers who can come in situations and lock down, we are going nowhere. We are treading water. Pitching has been an issue the last 2 years. I would say, since Jacob DeGrom went kind of like down 2 or 3 years ago, we haven't really had an ace. I've just got to say, we just need a lot of things. That's why Yamamoto would kind of help us out. If Yamamoto could be our ace, along with Kodai Senga, could be like kind of co-aces. We just need so many things. We really do. But it all starts with culture. It all starts with, the general manager. It starts with the guy in the dugout, the new guy. I'm just like that. I laugh because that move I was not happy about. I really wasn't. I thought that was, David Stearns' first opportunity to come out the box and hit a home run, and I believe he kind of swung and missed, but we'll see. We really will. Okay, that was long-winded conclusion, but again, like and subscribe. Can't get any worse, probably will. Have a great night. Bye.